Sunshine and broken dreams, things ain't always as it seems. I can only roll, I can only roll. Sunshine and broken dreams, things ain't always as it seems. I can only roll, I can only roll. Sitting out on 35, started to think how things been changing. Crabs in a bucket, pulling at my feet. They all sadistic, I'm trying to succeed. How does a lot end? How did this happen? No one gonna save us. I'm going all in, neither sink or swim. Fighting my feet and all I see sunshine and broken dreams, things ain't always as it seems. I can only roll, I can only roll. Sunshine and broken dreams, things ain't always as it seems. I can only roll. What a wild trip it's been. Oh, what a wild trip it's been. Since the dawn of time, or maybe when I wrote down this line, I've been trying to find a little bit of peace of mind. Come to me, my peace, rescue me. Life ain't what it seems. Got the best of me. Oh, what a wild trip it's been. Oh, what a wild trip it's been.
All right, guys, so we are finally to the portion of why most of you guys probably clicked on this video, and I apologize if the videos are kind of clickbait. It's just my style to kind of show my morning routine, you know, the day in the life, then show my gym session, because that's actually me. And before we get started, like, one thing I wanted to kind of say is, now that my channel is growing and people are sending me messages, you know, saying they're finding value and, you know, they can relate to a lot of the stuff I'm saying, I've noticed that I'm like feeling more pressure to like show up on camera differently. But what I have to remember, and what you have to remember if you ever want to make content like this and share your passion and share the light that God's given you, is you just have to show up, man, and you have to be yourself. You can't start worrying and start, you know, getting anxious about what people are going to think, because the truth is, some people are going to like you, some people aren't going to like you. Some people will like my beard, some people won't. Some people will like that I'm in a tank top, some people won't. You just have to be yourself, dude. I say this so many times, so many videos, but we get one life, and when you really zoom out, you go bird's eye view, galaxy view, like you're hovering over Earth, just looking down. We're like a microscopic piece of something. And so it's not to say that you can't still make a big impact. It's just to say that, like, in the grand scheme of things, man, most of the stuff that we worry about on a day-to-day basis is super small. So I have a little bit of notes in here just to kind of keep me on track. I'm not sure how long this is going to be. This isn't really scripted, literally just have like 4 sentences just to kind of remind me of a couple of things that I wanted to touch on, because as you guys know that have been following my content, man, I was very inconsistent. I've told you guys so many times I was socially anxious. I couldn't even show up on camera. I would literally do like 40 takes and I'd be worrying about how I looked and all these things. And I truly have transformed my life for the last 7, maybe 8 months now. I've been saying 6 months for a while, but I'm pretty sure it's like 8 months. I've been waking up at 3 to 4 a.m. I have not missed a single day. But before that, what did my life look like? Starting and stopping, wanting these business ideas, wanting to do all these big things, knowing that I had potential in myself, but instead I'm like wasting time on video games, staying up late scrolling, just doing all of these bad habits that did not align with the person that I wanted to be. And the crazy part is, and I was thinking about this when I was, thinking through this video, is I have had this goal of what I'm doing right now since I was 20 years old. Like, guys, I'm 31. That is 11 years that I've wanted to take action. So like when I speak on consistency and when my channel is going more towards self-improvement and stuff, it's like from the fitness content, it's because I've actually done it and I'm living it. I'm working a full-time management job that it's high stress. I'm still waking up. I'm still hitting my workouts. I'm chasing towards my goals. My fitness business is growing. I have more coaching clients than I ever have. And I say all that because I want to inspire you guys that are on a similar mission. Is like, you can do it too, but do not think for a second that it's going to be easy and that it's not going to take sacrifice. So I started off this video with the quote, like, your emotions are in motion. Like, they would be called, instead of emotion, they'd be called standing stills if they were something that was just supposed to always be there, always stay the same. And I learned that from a book called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, I think. I'm only a couple chapters in, but it's really big on disciplines. It's really big on routines, the small daily actions, what I always talk about. And reading this book, I'm like, dude, why didn't I find this like years ago, 10 years ago? It's because it comes down to your daily actions. It comes down to showing up and doing the things that you're supposed to do. So if you are lacking in consistency, there are a couple reasons. Either one, you are comfortable where you're at right now. You've got a comfortable job, you eat comfortable food, so you always just like indulge in, fast food and ice cream and all these different things. Like, you have this like really comfortable life, and it's just not enough to kind of push you over the edge. So it's like, what do you do? What I always say is you have to reflect on your anti-vision. Jordan Peterson talks about this. A guy named Dan Coe talks about this, but the anti-vision is like that person that you're running away from, that you don't want to be. So for me, just told you guys, it was 11 years, dude. 11 years that I was staying stagnant, and like I would start reading self-improvement books. I would watch self-improvement videos. I would like do all these different things. Then I'd go back to my daily routine of playing video games and staying up late and eating junk food. Like, I had all of these goals and all of these things I wanted to do, but I couldn't do them. So like, what changed it? What changed it was thinking about, what about another 10 years? What about another 11 years of doing that same thing? What is my life going to look like? And my videos are kind of all on the same theme. If you binge some of my, let's say you watch this and then you go watch 3 more, you're probably gonna be like, dude, Eric kind of talks about the same thing. But that's the point, is like, this stuff is not complicated. I used to overcomplicate it, over-consuming content, saving all these videos, liking all these videos, motivational videos, all these different people. And it's like, all I had to do was become my own mentor. I had to just start showing up and doing the things in my head that my soul and my calling was telling me to do. And now that I'm doing them, look at the rewards. It's like, I've doubled my subscriber count whenever I've been trying to do this for 7 years. I just started another channel, Average to Jacked. It's already at 1,000 subscribers in 12 days, and there's 2 videos with almost 20,000 views. And I simply did that because something told me, like, hey, you're now moving towards routine and discipline, but people are still fat, people are still skinny. People still need to hear how to get jacked simply. So start another channel and just make tactical advice. So I did that. And it's like, what I'm trying to say is, when you are comfortable, you're not ever going to get to that threshold to take action. So what you have to do is you have to create this environment of you becoming uncomfortable. So scare yourself. Think about it, dude. What is going to happen if you keep eating fast food? You keep waking up and looking in the mirror and hating who you are, hating the body you have, hating that you're wasting your potential, hating the job you're in, doing all these things. Like, what is going to be the result of that if you don't change anything? And I'm telling you, you're going to start, you're going to fall off, and you're going to get back on it. But it's okay, man. You're like, failure's part of it. You just don't need to quit. So it's like, try something, and then you might go back to slipping up. But then you make it a little bit longer. So maybe you're 3 weeks in this time instead of 1 week. And the next thing you know, you're 6 to 8 months in and your life has changed and you're getting towards your goal. So with consistency, create your routine. Think about who you want to become. Think about who you don't want to be. Reverse engineer it. And then, like, what are the daily actions? So just like a mountain climber that's chasing this peak, that's climbing to the top, daily actions. Mountain climber to get to its goal, just steps. Some of the paths are going to be rocky. Some of the paths are going to be smooth. There's going to be some ups, some downs, or some ups and downs. But at the end of the day, you just keep going and you're going to get better. But you have to actually put in the work. You have to actually show up. And that's the frustrating part, dude, is like, with consistency, you know, some people have these self-doubts and these limiting beliefs of like, you know, I can't be jacked like Eric. I can't have a body like that. I can't get six-pack. Like, I've had fat my whole life, or I've been skinny my whole life. Like, you know, some people are just genetically gifted. It's like, maybe that's true, but like, how does that thought serve you? And, you know, some of the coaching clients I work with that are having these doubts and these limiting beliefs, I just tell them, like, think about anything you've done in life that you sucked at and you just started and you got better. So like, when you first got your driver's license, I guarantee you were nervous. You didn't know how to drive. What'd you do? You practice. You maybe like went in a parking lot somewhere and drove around. Now you don't think about it. You jump in your car, start the keys, you take off, and like, you're probably texting and driving or listening to music and doing all, like, you don't even think about it. It's no different with your goals and fitness. You just have to get over that first threshold. You have to face the resistance, because it's going to be hard. Every single day it's going to be hard. There are going to be times when you don't want to do it. And that's like this saying of the emotions are in motion, or they be called E standing stills and not emotions, because, you know, just like the clouds, man, you got thousands and hundreds of thousands of thoughts. You know, F your thoughts, dude. Let your thoughts go away. Think about your goal. Read your goal every day, just like I showed you in the video, because you need to remind yourself. Think about where you're running away from, and then just take action. Take action. And the ones who are like, well, Eric, I still lack motivation. Like, I still don't, you know, I don't know what to do. It's like, well, good luck, man. Good luck, because you're going to stay where you're at. 5 years are going to pass. And you're going to look back and you're going to be like, dude, if I would have just stayed consistent, where could I be at now? Because I know that, because that's exactly what I did. I used to wake up, 3 years had gone by, and I'm like, dude, if I would have just kept posting YouTube videos and sharing the value and sharing the advice that, you know that I have, where could I be at? I'd probably be self-employed. I'd probably have changed thousands of people's lives. I would have helped the world become healthier and fitter. And it's like, finally, I woke up and I understood that all it comes down to is daily action. So I'm pretty sure I'm all over the place with this video, but I'm just sharing what comes to my head, man. If you guys are still around, I appreciate y'all more than you know, because, you know, when people reach out to me, especially on Instagram, these other things, like, it's just cool to have a community of people that are leveling up. So if you didn't know, I offer a free Discord community for guys who are pursuing fitness, self-improvement, all these things. It's just a place to kind of shoot the shit, level up, and share your journey. So that's all for this video, all about consistency. But if you're struggling with consistency, one more time, think about that person you don't want to be. Maybe it's you right now. Understand that time is going to pass anyway. If you do not start taking action, if you do not take the time to get away from your phone, get away from the computer, go out in nature, take a journal and write out who you want to be. What does your life look like 5 years from now? Who do you want to become? You can become that person. Everyone starts at the bottom. Yes, some people are gifted and, you know, have families that have a lot of money and, you know, they get a jump start, but there are plenty of people who made it from the bottom to the top. All you have to do is reverse engineer, know what you want, and then do the actions every single day.